Welcome to the Spratt STEM Academy, where we make and keep STEM easy. Today's topic is exponent rules. There are 8 exponent rules, and I'm going to go over each one separately. The first rule I'm going to go over is the product rule. In the product rule, we have 2 variables which are the same, as in like terms, that are to 2 different exponents. We have a to the m times a to the n. Because we have 2 variables that are the same, we only need to worry about the exponents, which are m and n. The product rule states that we can simply take our base, which is a, and add together our exponents. The quotient rule is similar to the product rule in that we have 2 of the same variables, but they're both different exponents. This works when we are dividing 2 terms. To simplify these expressions, take the base, a, and simply take the exponents and subtract them from each other. Now I've written a to the m minus n, and this is the correct simplification. But how do we know that it's m minus n and not n minus m? If we look at the example on the right, we see a to the m divided by a to the n. Read from top to bottom, and that is the order that you're going to write your exponent expression. So for this right example, it would be a to the m minus n. So top, then bottom. Now looking at our expression on the left, we have to read from left to right, and that's going to tell us the order of our exponent expression. So here, we would write a to the m minus n, because a to the m comes first, then the division sign, a to the n. So the exponent is m minus n. In the power of a power exponent rule, we have some variable to the power of m in parentheses, and that term in the parentheses to the power of n. So for this rule, all you have to do is take the m and multiply it by the n. So therefore, we would write our base a and take the m and n and multiply them together. In the power of a product rule, we have 2 variables being multiplied together in parentheses. Here we have a times b. Then this term is taken to the m power. Now how else could we write this or simplify this? Since we know that any term with no explicit exponent is just something to the power of 1, we can simply put 1 for a and b. Then we take our m and distribute that m to each exponent for a and b. So it would be m times 1 and m times 1 for the b. Thus, we can simply write a to the power of m, b to the power of m. And this is all one term because they're multiplied together. For power of a quotient rule, we remember that a over b is one term in parentheses. And remember, if we don't see an exponent, we just assume that the exponent is 1. So it would be a to the 1 over b to the 1, all in parentheses to the power of m. Now we can distribute the m power to each 1, so meaning we would distribute the m to the 1 on the top and the 1 on the bottom. So it would be a to the m over b to the m. And that is our final simplification. For the 0 exponent rule, we simply have to remember that anything to the 0 power equals 1. So for this example, we have a to the 0, which equals 1. In the negative exponent rule, you're usually presented with some variable to a negative exponent. Here we have a to the negative m. The main purpose of this rule is to get rid of the negative exponent. To do this, you simply rewrite the expression in fraction form, writing the main problem on the bottom of a fraction with the 1 on top. This gets rid of the negative exponent and turns it into a fraction, and although it looks different, it means the same thing. In the fractional exponent rule, we're given a variable to an exponent that is a fraction. So here we have a to the m over n. To rewrite this, write a square root with the variable a inside, so that would be your main variable. And the top of the exponential fraction, that is going to go with your variable. That's going to be the exponent of the variable inside of the square root. The denominator of the exponential fraction is going to go in the little crevice of the square root. Be sure not to write n outside of the square root of a to the m, because this is actually referring to a different expression. Let's talk about the differences. The bottom expression is stating n times the square root of a to the m. However, this is not correct. The top expression, however, where we have n in the tiny crevice of the square root, is in fact the same as a to the m over n. So be sure to know the difference and how to write it correctly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you understand the exponent rules. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.